Hello, my name is Diego Rojas, and this is my second journal video of this semester. First of all, I'm going to talk about the unit, which was inclusive education. Well, I think that this unit was very relevant and coherent because it is a topic that it is currently discussed in our country, and since we were going to our ELAB schools twice a week, we could analyze and make relationships about how inclusion was developed in different school realities, which is beneficial for us because as future teachers, we need to be aware and learn from this topic, and the best way to do it is from within a school because in that way we can learn from the school culture and context, which are the main components that make every educational institution differentiate among themselves regarding the inclusive education. So I think that this unit was very accurate in terms of time because of the experiences that we were living in these 2 semesters. Moreover, I think that the content that we saw in classes was very fundamental and well organized because the first thing we did was to define inclusion and to differentiate some concepts such as integration, segregation, and exclusion. And I think that it's very important to define them because many people do not know the differences among these words, especially between integration and inclusion, because many people tend to use them as synonyms when they are not. So for me, it was very good to start the unit by defining the concept of inclusion in order to manage it for the future days. And later we saw the laws in Chile regarding education and inclusion, which are fundamental for us as future teachers. We need to be aware about these laws because it's our future profession. So, as I said, I think that it was very well organized, all the content that we saw in classes. Therefore, I would say that this unit was very accurate, important, and useful for us and for the future. Um, now I'm going to refer to my cycle planning. Well, this semester I started. I wanted to keep improving my speaking skills, but now with regards to my articulation, because many people have told me that sometimes I speak like too fast, and it's like I'm throwing up words. So some sounds are not able to be recognized by the people who are listening to myself, and that is actually a big problem because in English every sound makes the difference. So in order to improve this, in order to improve my articulation and consequently my pronunciation, I started to read poems and tongue twisters out loud every weekend and recording myself in order to listen to myself and recognize the mistakes that I produce when speaking, and with the purpose of not repeating them in the future. And I think that is a good exercise. In fact, when I was in the feedback session, Camilo told me that indeed it was a good exercise. So I think that I'm going to keep using it for the future because I have seen like good results about the regarding this strategy because I have got not bad marks when it comes to assess speaking in classes. So I'm going to keep using it for the future in order to keep improving myself. Um, Finally, I'm going to talk about the teacher strategies. Well, I do not have many things to say because the strategies and the methodologies that have been used these semesters are the same are the same since day one. Since I entered the university, I have seen the same methodologies. But what I would like to say is that I think that we should make more individualistic work, because I think that students tend to get relaxed in class and do not read because they can work in groups. So if one person do not read, my classmate can't help me. My point is that now reading is not that important, because as long as someone can make a good and interesting opinion, it is not necessary for them to read. So I think that the idea is relevant to make reading relevant again. And also, what I would like to say was that it was a good idea to make the three teachers assess us in the final term, because in that way we avoid some comments about the with this teacher I got a better mark than with the other one. So that's what I think, that it was a good idea to make the three of you assess the final term. So that's it. See you in the final term.